everybody, JC here from Toy News International and MarvelousNews.com. And today I'm going to be bringing you a toy review in under 5 minutes of the new Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series brown costume Wolverine figure. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style packaging we see with all the Marvel Legends. You've got the window box with the figure clearly displayed. On the side you have artwork for the character. On the back you have an image of the figure, a brief bio in multiple languages, and then down below a look at all the figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure. Okay, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging. So first thing this figure comes with is the head for the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure. Now we'll be looking at Juggernaut in its own review, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Besides the Juggernaut head, we also get two different pairs of hands with this figure. So the hands that are attached when you take it out of the packaging are clawed hands. The claws are extended, and these are kind of similar to what we've seen with previous Hasbro Wolverine figures. You can actually remove these claws. I'm not going to do it here, but you can technically do it. The claws are done, they don't really look metal, they look plastic, they look almost like a whitish plastic. It would have been nice if they had done them with a more kind of vac metallized metal like we saw with the, I believe it was the San Diego Comic Con X-Force version of Wolverine. They did paint the little knobs where the claws come out of and on his hand a metallic silver, and then the second pair of hands that you get are a pair of non-extended clawed hands, closed-fisted, and that's nice because I believe that's the first time we've gotten non-clawed hands on a Wolverine figure. And you can just plug it in, plug it out. Now the one on this the hand on this right does not fit in very tightly. It's not like it's going to just fall out, but it is very loose, so just be wary of that. So for the figure itself, this isn't just a repaint of the Tiger Stripe Wolverine that we got from Hasbro or the X-Force Wolverine that we got from Hasbro. This is an actual new sculpt with I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. I like the way they've sculpted these little ear things on his mask, and they're done with the dark brown, and then you've got the mustard yellow. Now you do have some bleeding of the brown onto the yellow on the top of his head there. It's not that big of a deal, but just want to point that out. He's very clean. There's no stubble on his face. There's no hair on his arms. So definitely would have been nice if they had added some texture for the hair on his arms. But as it is, he's very clean, very basic paint applications. You've got the dark brown and then the mustard yellow. He's got the red belt, no X on his belt buckle, just the gold trim around the buckle. And you do have a little bit of sloppiness with the red there. And then there's a little bit of sloppiness with the yellow bleeding or the brown bleeding onto the yellow here on his back near his shoulder. So this figure stands just a little bit over 5 3/4 inches tall. Here's a comparison with the other Hasbro Wolverine figures, and you can see that the brown costume one is the shortest of the bunch. Also, I like how the little ears on his mask stick out a little wider than on these other figures, which as I recall was pretty accurate to the brown costume design. And finally, here's a comparison with some Wolverine bad guys. So over here we have the Hasbro Sabretooth figure, and then we have the Toy Biz Sabretooth, and then the Toy Biz Omega Red. And again, they are all taller than Wolverine, as they should be. Articulation on this figure is good. You can turn the head to the left and to the right. It's on a ball hinge joint, so he can look down good, and he can look back good as well. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint, so he can get his arm out good. He's got good rotation. Then he's got those extra kind of butterfly joints, so he's got the back and forth movement there at the shoulder. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow, so good bending at the elbow. He's got swivels at the wrist, hinges on the hands, so good up and down movement with the hands. You've got the ab crunch joint, so he can crunch down pretty good, and he can look back a bit. He's got a waist swivel, so good movement there. The belt is a separate piece, so it will move a little bit when you swivel it. Legs are attached with ball joints, so he can do the splits, and then he can get his leg forward up pretty good, and he can do his leg back about that much. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a double jointed knee, so good bending at the knee. And then he's got hinges on the feet, so good up and down movement with the feet, and he does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. That's my review. Overall, I would say this is probably the best Wolverine figure Hasbro's released to date. If you're a fan of the brown costume, I think this is one you'll definitely want to add to your collection. My only complaint is a little bit of more detail with the paint, some hair on his arms, things like that would have been nice. But again, overall, I think this is a pretty solid figure. Now, the wave with this figure is hitting shelves now. We'll have a full gallery of images up at MarvelousNews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.